Yeah. Happy Friday. Welcome back to another episode of Brunch with the Fellas, reviewing the latest trending topic news and entertainment. I'm Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, always with me Primo Grande, the one, the only. Cold seasons. Peace, because we the Brunch Fellas.
What's good with you, cuz?
Man, it's Friday night, feeling right, chilling. We got a lot of stuff going on out here in the world. It is crazy. It is cray. That is cray. All right. But man, we're gonna talk about some of this stuff. We got some good topics for y'all tonight. And man, before we get into it, y'all, please make sure to smash that like button. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. So when we go live, you never miss an episode of Brunch Fellas. And then go ahead on over to www.bksoulfarm.com and pick you up a copy of 10, 16, 160 self-sustainability. All right. That's how important it is when you're trying to get it out and sustain, to maintain, to gain, to hold it down. You got to get a copy of this right here because it's talking about a foundation that you can have, that you will have, all right, that'll last, by Ali Dawood El at BK Soul Farm, y'all. And then don't forget, y'all, we got the same grape ribs, next level flavor, ribs on the run 2.0, bold flavor made to go. Perfect for events, parties, catering, and more, wherever you from. Real ribs, real flavor, real good. 984-331-6946. You can scan the QR code to get you in the ribs in the run 2.0 mode. Do that, y'all. All right. And then don't forget, subscribe right now to DB Chef TV on YouTube and win $100 cash. We're giving away $100 each and every third Sunday of the month, live at 8 p.m. on Cigar Sundays, right here on DB Chef TV. But what you got to do is you got to subscribe. Since y'all showing love to us, we going to show love back to you. It is a random giveaway, but you got to subscribe to get in the way of the money. Okay? Because we want you to have it.
That's right.
So make sure y'all do that. And we also got merch. And like we say, Code C's, if money's tight, it's all right. We just need y'all to do what?
Smash that like.
Smash that like button, please. And thank you right there. Subscribe to the channel. Brunch with the Fellas. Let's get into these trends because
Let's do it.
so we got New York Mayor Mamdani. He on the crash out, y'all. Hold on, let's bring that back up. He's on the crash out, y'all. He's crashing out on Netanyahu. We're gonna go check out that story. Then we got number 2. We got honoring 4 U.S. soldiers killed in the Iran war. We at war right now with Iran, y'all. And we need to go pay some respects. We got four down. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta go and put the flag at half mast and and show our respect. So we're gonna do that. Then we got families losing SNAP benefits out here amid rising food prices. Everybody know how expensive it is at the grocery store right now, everywhere. How expensive it is for everything, man. But families is losing SNAP benefits. We're gonna go check out a story on that. Then we're gonna head down to the MI Crooked letter. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells. Love to his mama and daddy. They got the autopsy update and they still looking for answers, y'all. They got Ben Crump on the case. We done seen Tyler Perry put up bread. Colin Katt put up bread. Who else? Reverend Al Sharpton getting in the mix too. So we're gonna go check out all that and see what they talking about. Then, 5th, we got the most expensive back to school shopping year ever. So we know parents gotta get them babies back in the mode. We gonna holler at Cold Season for it. He gonna talk about that because he got babies. So I know he got something to celebrate and he got some extensive. That's where the extensive was coming in. He got some extensive experience. All right, he got some extensive
Come on,
experience.
man.
All right, so we're gonna get to that too, and then we're gonna head to number 6. A Nevada man goes on a random neighborhood shooting spree. You know, it's wild. We got a clip for that, y'all. We're gonna talk about that, and then y'all gotta stick around for too many mimosas, because we got some crazy too many mimosas tonight. Y'all gonna say they had too much to drink too when you hear them. I promise you that. You know, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and jump into we're gonna head to NYC, son.
Mamdani.
B, know what I mean? And we're gonna you heard? And we're gonna go up there and
What is that?
you heard?
Yeah. What's up,
Yep.
son? What's up, son?
Yep. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna check out Mamdani, because I think he's on the crash out.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal, the architect of a horrific genocide against the Palestinian people. He is responsible for the killing of more than 73,000 people, for the maiming of tens of thousands of children as those who survive undergo amputation without anesthesia, for the targeting of neonatal hospitals and maternity care centers, denying newborns even the chance to live, for the countless people he starved as he blocked food and humanitarian aid from reaching them, for the gunning down of hundreds of aid workers and journalists. And just last month, the UN confirmed that Palestinian children continue to be deliberately targeted and killed by Israeli armed forces, more than 8 months after the so-called ceasefire. The list goes on and on, all as we, as Americans, pay for the bombs that do the killing. There is a reason the International Criminal Court issued a warrant for his arrest. As human beings, we have spent generations building a shared understanding that there are crimes so grave, they offend all of humanity.
Under the law.
Okay, Code C's.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna analyze that part first. All right. Is he lying? That's
I
the
don't
first.
think he lying at all.
He ain't lying, right?
Yeah.
But is he tripping?
What
you think? Is he off his rocker?
No, I don't think he off his rocker. I don't think he's tripping. I think he's getting the message out, but it's a little bit above his pay grade, the type of message that
it's above his pay grade. I think so too. I think it is above his pay grade. Yeah.
And pretty much what he said, everybody already see and everybody already know. He's just shouting into the echo chamber right now. But I don't think he's lying.
Who's echoing that though? Where you hearing that at? I ain't heard that nowhere. Online, nowhere. I ain't heard nobody putting Netanyahu, Big Ben. I ain't heard nobody putting Benny under the bus.
I have. I have, because I follow certain news and stuff like that. But
I heard Drake say something about DJ Khaled ain't do nothing for Palestine, ain't free Palestine, and I guess it ain't but whatever he said.
They've been accusing BB of genocide. You know what I'm saying? And the war in Iran, we're in that not because of us. We're in that because of BB. So he's not tripping. He's not telling no lies. He just I guess he's just positioning himself to be able to, speak on a big megaphone and get the word out about what he feel about.
You think he's gonna run for president?
I don't know. It's still early. It's possible if he do.
I think that's what he's doing though. I think that's what he's doing. I think he's setting up like I got the cojones to go, to say what won't be said, because that's kind of bold,
He's polling high. I'm still skeptical if he could actually win. I don't think he can at this point. I just don't, because it's so many.
You don't think the Democrat? I mean, on some love. I ain't taking shots.
Yeah. So the Democrats.
You don't think the Democrats will come out in numbers and to say we don't want a Republican no matter what?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think that's the case, but I'm not sure if he can get through actually being the nominee. For the Democratic Party.
Well, who you think he got it out with? Who you think?
I mean, there's a couple of people. I mean, you got AOC, you got Gavin Newsom, You know what I'm saying? You got all them other people that want to run as well.
Gavin, yeah, I heard his name mentioned in certain circles. You think AOC will run? You think she'll run, Mamita?
It's possible.
You think she gonna run?
It's possible, and it'd be hard to say if she can win, because even though, you know, on the Democratic side, you still have Democrats that might be misogynistic, you know, and just like, I ain't voting for no woman. Or you still might have.
But Kamala didn't get that though. She was the nominee and everything.
Right. But there was people that didn't vote for her because she was a woman, you know, and then just like Mamdani, you know, at the end of the day, you still gonna have people, even on the Democratic side, that's gonna be on some racist shit. Just be like, nah, I'm not voting no Muslim man. I'm not doing it. It goes against everything I stand for. You know what I'm saying?
You think because of his faith,
right? You know what I'm saying? And you know, right now
that's crazy. So Democrats do that too, huh?
I mean, I believe it's on both sides. You know what I'm saying? People.
Yeah, I mean, humans are humans,
you know,
but I ain't think.
So,
you know, I didn't think that was a Democratic thing. I thought it was for the party.
Yeah,
you know,
you normally don't see that,
policy.
But people will have their personal views and beliefs, and especially with this whole no Sharia law scare tactic going down right now. You know, they don't want the Muslims praying in the street and stuff like that, or having their speakers on when they're doing their call for mosque and stuff like that. So, you know, it's
crazy. But can the Christians get together and at least in Jesus' name, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna pray over these little thugs in the street, like we can't go witness no more. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
But you know that.
But once people, you know, mix their politics with you know, religion and different people ethnicities, people will vote a little bit different outside of just policy. You know.
Crazy. We're gonna get back to it though. Let's see what they talking about though,
the federal government.
Hold up. Let's see Mamdani get his pee-pee slapped.
We can make an exception, but President Donald Trump isn't planning to do that. The president posted today Benjamin Netanyahu will not be arrested in any way, shape, or form while in the United States of America. Netanyahu's office recently responding to Mamdani's comments, the ICC is a kangaroo court that has no jurisdiction over Americans or Israelis. Its bogus arrest warrant against Prime Minister Netanyahu was issued by a disgraced former ICC prosecutor, Karim Khan, a few days before allegations of sexual misconduct against him became public.
And that's that.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's a little uprising against BB in his own country as well, right now. You know, and rumor has it that one of the reasons why he's continuing all this stuff is because as long as they are at war and fighting and stuff like that, you know, he can't be prosecuted for the charges that his own country have on him right now. So we see how that play out.
That's pretty smooth though. Like I can't, you know, like I mean, you know, it's tragic what's happening to the people on the other side of the bombs, you know, but it's pretty smooth the fact that he is like the commander in charge of, he's delegating the orders and everything, and they have it set up in their culture where it's like, if you start a war, you got to finish it, you know. So like, we won't persecute or we won't do anything. We're going to trust your leadership through this whole evolution, you know. But if you mess up,
but he keep on dominoing.
Don't think the mess up is just going to be what you left with, because then we going to hold you accountable too for your mess up, you know. Right. So it's like double jeopardy. But
when he got done with Gaza, he moved on to Lebanon. He talked Trump into bombing Iran, where he said he obliterated all the nuclear stuff. Now it's still nuclear stuff. But
it's still nuclear stuff.
Yeah, you know. So, you know, but he keep on saying it was obliterated. If it was obliterated, mission accomplished. But you know, we still going after it.
Look, so I still got I got a buck though. I got a buck for luck. I think we're gonna see a Mamdani 2028 campaign. I
think
he's gonna go for it. I
I
think he's
think
gonna go for
I
it.
think he may go for it. He may be able to do it, but like I said, I'm skeptical of it. I see the thing that he did. I mean, we even ran a story not too long ago right here with the rent freeze, and then I look more into it even after the show. The rent freeze is not just for the elderly and the sick and stuff like that. It's also they got a freeze just on you can't raise rent on people for the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's
So
foul.
you got them
That's
locked in.
foul.
You can't raise rent on them.
That's foul. That's
So
foul because you and I look at that as foul, like as a property owner, looking at it like, okay, you may have someone whose lease is now it's good for the tenant. I can't say that it's so because for the tenant, I've been a tenant. I haven't always owned property. So, I understand like as a tenant, that would have been sweet. I know like through my military career, because I was always renting, you know, it would have been love, like if that would have happened, especially when I was stationed there. I was in Jones Beach, I was in Shinnecock, so it would have been great when I was there to know that the landlord ain't gonna raise the rent, because then you can plan your budget. If you're a person who budgets and
right,
manages has some fiscal discipline, then it's like, okay, I know how much I'm gonna be able to stack this year because this fixed thing is not going up. So it's a beneficial to a tenant from that point if they're disciplined with their finances. But then as a landlord, you want to do that little whatever the 3%, 20, 3%, 4%, whatever the annual is that you can, so you can, continue to cash flow your property because your expenses may go up. What if your taxes go up? What if it's an assessment year and your taxes go up and, or your insurance costs go up? And now, you have to come out of pocket.
yeah. I mean, I actually had to move one time because my rent was
So that's
raised
not cool,
raised three
in
hundred
that
dollars on a
aspect.
renewal. So I mean, that was crazy. $300 more than what I was paying. Couldn't do it. Had to get up out of there. So. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we might see Mamdani. I like to see what he do, and see what he do in New York. So I mean, he got a big city to play with to show
Would
the
you vote
country.
for him? Would you vote for him?
I would have to see. I would have to.
What?
I would have to
You
see
can't
how.
see nothing until he get in office. You have to
No,
see what he
no, no.
talking about. See what
So
he's saying.
he just became mayor of New York a few months ago, right? So my thing is, I would have to see how he runs New York. How if he's able to turn things around, if he's going to make it worse, if he's going to tank it. If I could see
You
what he
don't have
does
you
there.
can't gauge it already just off of a rent freeze.
I mean,
You can't gauge it already off of a rent freeze, cuz
that's
like
pretty dope. That
imagine
mean,
he do a rent freeze for on a federal level,
but
like,
see,
and
but
then make all the states comply. You
he's
know what I'm talking
definitely
about?
he's definitely doing better than what we got right now. And he's showing that he's about the people. You know what I mean? So I mean, and sometimes people can show they about the people to get in the position to come and rob the whole house. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I really want to see more of what he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Getting in there and doing the rent freeze, that was great. I want to see more, you know.
No doubt, no doubt. But god daggone, no disrespect to anybody, to all the politicians. I'm just taking Cold C's words and putting a twist on it. I think they're all a house of robbers. So I think I think it is the house of robbers. I don't even think it should be the House of Representatives anymore.
Right.
I think it should be the House of Robbers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's maybe just my perspective on it. But y'all let us know what y'all think in the comment sections or the chat, man. We're gonna
That's
go
right.
ahead and jump to a very, very tragic incident, y'all. We got this war going on, and we got 4 soldiers that have been killed in the Iran war. So we want to honor them and just check this story out.
It's the most solemn ritual carried out at Doble Air Force Base in Delaware, the return of U.S. service members killed in action overseas. And Wednesday, 4 American soldiers killed in the Middle East last weekend arrive home to their families. First Lieutenant Tyler Feehan, Private Isabella Gonzalez, and Sergeants Michael Swinton and Angel Rampersad.
Just real quick, because, you know, I'm you know, a retired veteran, did over a dub plus, you know, so I just want to take my hat off, a little moment of silence for a second, you know, for these soldiers that lost their lives. Yeah. You know, and love and condolences to their family and everybody who was hoping that they got to hug them again, you know, at the least.
Yeah, it's tragic.
You know, but this what happened when we sign up. But it is a war right now. You know, they say it's a conflict, but you know, when bombs dropping, that's conflicted. Okay. So
it's definitely a war. It's a war.
It's a war, you know. And it's just a sad thing, but this is a product of war. All these young people, man, they were young people, 25, 19, 30, 28. You know, I'm so thankful to be at this age, you know, when I think about where I was and what I had going on at all of those ages on active duty. So, you know, this is what it looks like. But love and condolences to the families, and may they rest in peace, and we thank them eternally for their service.
Absolutely.
And they are indeed great heroes, actually.
President Trump attended the dignified transfer and met privately with each soldier's family. 18 service members have died in the conflict, and the president is now signaling a willingness to escalate.
Yeah.
He's saying a willingness to escalate. I'm just like, man, like we've been dropping bombs. I don't know how much more. When people dying, how much more does it escalate? Like when people start dying, it's already escalated. You know,
yeah,
we got Mamdani talking about, you know, Netanyahu, and then we got American soldiers dying, and Trump's still talking about escalate. What is he? What do you mean escalate?
He's talking about hitting critical infrastructure. So right now he's not hitting power plants or like civilian areas. You know, he's not doing stuff like that. He's staying away from that.
Allegedly, you know, when we popped it off, we hit this girls' school.
The girls' school killed 160.
So that's civilian,
200 some girls. Yeah,
but you know, like people may give me some flack. Like that's normal. You know, civilian casualties are normal. We just don't experience it because of our geographic location, and people can't bring. But we saw that. We saw that like in 9/11, right? We saw that in Hiroshima. Hiroshima was the retaliation, but in Hawaii, Pearl Harbor, you know, we had civilian casualties.
Yeah, so but like, you know, when you have those casualties,
part of war.
Yeah, but normally when they do the damage assessment and they release it, they say, hey, you know, we did do it. It was an accident, if it was an accident. But this, you know, this administration, they just lie about it and say, oh, nah, it wasn't us. Oh, then it was us, but then it wasn't us again. And, you know, and then it's other things that's going on.
Because what if they ain't lying, or what if they just like, what if it's really like, it was somebody who was in there who thought we wouldn't come get them, that thought they were safe? What if it's really classified? Like there's some classified information, you know, because like I get that perspective, you know, and I could rock with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, but what if, you know, a person being on the inside now on the outside? What if there was somebody who was in there? Because it's war. It's not, you know, like you just pay taxes. I just pay taxes. You know what I mean? Like you may not need to know. It's a need to know about certain things. You know, I mean, even though I understand, like, culturally, everybody think they need to know what everybody doing, but like, you can't do that in war. You know what I'm saying? If you was at war with somebody else, like, you couldn't be telling people what you doing. You know what I'm saying? So like, people be delusional thinking that, you know, like, if you was at war, that you would be broadcasting everything you got going on or all
No,
your, you know
absolutely
what I'm
not.
saying? Like, you wouldn't do
They
that.
said
So
loose lips sink ships. So I mean,
right.
that's
So
a real.
what if somebody was there that thought, like, if I be in this girls' school, you know, I'll be safe. They won't do that. They won't kill a school full of girls. And that's really what happened. And they had to make that tough choice. Like, do we sacrifice these young ladies who have a life, or do we want to get this person?
Now,
And they did that, you know, because
if we had like a real qualified person running the Pentagon, I don't think that would have been the choice they would have made, because our targeting is so pinpoint now, so accurate. You know, they can drop buildings in between buildings and not hurt the buildings next to the buildings. You know, they got drones where they can, when the person leave, and they can keep surveillance. Like, so they can do that. Then the thing about the girls' school was right next to a base.
cuz let me tell you something. I just came to your house for one of the most beautiful celebrations. We celebrated you becoming abuelito, all right, a granddaddy, all right, and we celebrated, you know, your brother's birthday, right? We celebrate the elders, elder life, and we celebrated new life, right?
Mm.
Okay. Do you think if they wanted to get me, if it was me, if I was the target, and a drone sends a missile, you don't think some other people would have got hit? It wouldn't have been about trying to hit me in the head. It would have been trying to drop the bomb on the target, and then everybody else was there. So be it. But we got our target.
I get that, but I don't believe that the strike was for a target. I believe it was an accident. They accidentally hit it. It was literally right next to the base. You know what I'm saying? I think
With
they
all this
accidentally.
technology, you think
Right.
it was accidental?
Yes, I think they accidentally. I don't think nobody was in there, because they would have said, "Hey, we got such and such," and it would have been reported some kind of way. It would have came out. But at the end of the
But
day,
maybe they couldn't. See,
it was
that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe, like, sometimes when it's so PR bad, it's like, well, you can't even say, we just know we got them.
But
You
that's
know,
that's like a possibility that we just came up with. It could be somebody in there. But what we do know is that they hit a school full of girls and wiped out a whole school full of girls.
right? But right, that's a fact. That's a
You know,
fact, though, without a doubt. But what I'm saying is, my theory and your theory is theories. They don't have nothing to do with if it's accurate or not. If it's
factual, right?
yeah, you know, that's how we
Right,
feel about it, but that may not be the real about it, right?
right.
Okay.
And then there's another element to it. They done started evacuating the bases over there. But they only moving the equipment. They leaving the soldiers at the bases, and they taking the equipment and moving the equipment to Israel, because they don't want the equipment to get blown up. And
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I guess they feel like
Yeah.
if ain't no
Yeah,
equipment there,
it's a
they won't
war.
hit.
You gotta be strategic. You know what I'm
Right,
talking
but
about?
you
Like,
leaving the
yeah,
soldiers. Get the soldiers out of there. You know what I'm saying? Get the
I
soldiers
mean,
out.
they moving everybody. Like, I'm sure the information is slow to the media. Just like we just said, you can't tell everything. If it's broadcasted, you know, you think that that those people don't have access to American news, and you don't know who spies, who's watching what. So they might just say, we moving our equipment, but they might be moving personnel too, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So you never know, though. Like, but they may not even be moving it. They might just be saying, putting it out there for everybody to be gullible and eat it up because they watch the news, and they really planning a strike, and they repositioning some stuff. And, you know, like, it's war. It ain't just. And that's what I was talking about with, like everybody feel like they entitled to know what's going on, but they ain't in uniform, you know, and they don't work like that, you know.
Right,
And even
right.
some people in uniform don't have the clearances to know what the play is.
Well, you know, when half the country feel like it's an illegal war because it didn't go through the branches, I mean through Congress and stuff like that, to get approved to do these operations, then people are gonna want to know a little bit more. You know, when it goes through the proper channels to get up to it, people give it a little bit more leeway for things to happen the way they happen. But once people already got a bad taste in their mouth about it, with the whole process of how it went down, yeah, everybody's gonna want to know more. We live in a society where information, it comes very fast. 20 years ago, you didn't get the information as fast as you do now. I mean, something happened on the other side of the world, you can know about it right now. You know, so I think people, they're gonna want to know, they're gonna keep wanting answers. You know.
No doubt. And one other thing, you know, I can't let it slide. The blackness in me won't let it slide. Mamdani said that this was one of the gravest crimes that ever happened in human history. And I'm just saying, I thought slavery was one of the gravest crimes and he ain't said nothing for that. So, you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want Mamdani as my president, because the last president that said, if you ain't black, you know, your last Democratic guy, he said, you know, if you ain't vote Democrat, then you ain't black. So, right. You know, I don't know. He ain't on that. He ain't had nothing. He got something to say about the Palestine, but he ain't got something to say about reparations for you and I. You know what I'm saying?
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? So, you know, I gotta stand on business, man, you know, because my mama was a civil rights activist. You feel me? So I'm just saying, like, we ain't out here with it like that, but you know, we gotta state the facts, man. And Mamdani ain't say nothing about the blacks. That's for sure. Talking about the gravest crime in history. But you know, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? But rest in peace to all of those soldiers, you know, and everybody serving. Love and prayers with y'all, and we hope that y'all return home safely each and every time. So now we gonna head to the economy right now, y'all. We got families losing SNAP benefits amid rising food prices. And we're gonna check out a story about that. It's super crazy.
A mother of 7 and was dropped from SNAP for making too much money, yet she says her income hasn't actually changed. We discovered similar complaints are now playing out across the country.
Before we go too far, a mother of 7.
Yeah.
You let me know. Am I wrong in asking where the daddies at? Why these babies hungry? Why this mama gotta worry about SNAP benefits like this? That like she can't feed her babies. You know, I mean, we could talk about her. I got the conversation for the young lady too. 7 babies, you know, but I'm just saying, like, where did them daddies at though? Why them daddies ain't taking care of them babies? You know,
yeah, man. I mean, we don't know the circumstances. I mean, we just don't know. But you know, I think it's a fair question. Outside of this conversation with the SNAP benefits, I think that's a whole nother topic to be had. You know, to keep having.
So would it be a whole nother topic to be like, why you got 7 baby daddies?
Yeah, so it'd be in that
well,
same topic.
You know what? Hold up, that's wrong. Why you got 7 kids? We don't know. We don't know if she got 3 baby daddies and 7 kids, or 2 baby daddies and 7 kids.
Could have 1 baby daddy and 7 kids.
Okay, well, nah, because dude to be on the line, because you gotta have 10 and not pay child support.
Nah.
Don't ask me how I know. Somebody told me.
You know, I mean, they could have had a lot of babies. He may have passed away, or you know, went to prison. We don't know. We just don't know what the situation is.
She a bad pick. She's picking the wrong guy. She picking the wrong type of guy. Well, she's picking the guy she like, not somebody that can be a provider. You know what I'm saying? She's not stepping up the game. She just having babies with lames because she on SNAP. And they using this example, and we don't know, they ain't show no lady or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, even with this theoretical scenario, like, why do we have a woman with 7 children that's complaining about she can't eat? And I know at least where, even if it's one man, you know, our granddad had 5, our mamas and siblings is 5, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And granddad provided for, you know what I'm talking about? So even for us too, when they start bringing little baby, other little humans home, you know? So I'm just like, what's going on with this situation, man? You know? Like, this a bad look. I understand we need some healing. We need some repair, you know? But to hear about any woman in America, 7 children, and she can't feed, and she worried about how she gonna feed her babies though. Like, that's crazy, cuz. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, it is, like I said, we don't know the circumstances of what, and if she's just out there procreating and procreating and procreating,
She's a baby maker for sure.
yeah,
She
she's
got
definitely a
7.
baby maker, but you know, we don't know her situation. So I don't want to just go off. I get what you're saying. Like, you know, if you can't feed your kids, stop having babies, and stop having babies with every man you lay down with. If she have multiples, you know.
At
So I
least
mean,
with bums, you know what I'm saying? Like, pick better. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah.
Like, pick better. I ain't telling you what you do with your thing, boo, it's yours. But I'm just saying, like, pick better though. You know? Don't play to lose. Don't play to keep yourself in the same situation. Like, play to win, you know? I mean, it's going on now. Yeah, I don't approve of it. You know what I'm saying? I believe in marriage. I'm married. You know what I'm saying? But Willie D told me, let a hoe be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Not calling her that, but I'm just saying, if she like to bone and like to have babies.
Cause come on, let's see what they done deal with the snap, man.
I'm just saying, family.
You about to have people calling in, and we ain't even got a phone line, man. Come on,
you know what I'm saying? Let them talk about it, man. Turn up. You know, that's what we doing, man. It's entertainment.
A vegetable's value seems as priceless as the many mouths it can feed. But these days, rising costs for some basic foods makes it hard for many needy families to swallow.
Yes.
Tia Fields works as a policy analyst for Invest in Louisiana. She tracks how changing public assistance laws impact communities, including who gets left out and who goes hungry.
We've seen a shift in participation. When families who are actually eligible for food benefits are not able to get them, then they go to our community pantries, our food banks, and it puts a lot of stress on the other opportunities for food.
According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, participation in the National Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, fell by more than 3 million people after restrictions passed as a part of President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. But Fields says though the law changed, many family incomes have not. They don't make more, but because of the law are able to get less assistance.
No, there has not been a decline in the need. If anything, families are more hungry due to the political climate. Louisiana, based off our analysis since last year, we've lost a total of 168,059 families off of SNAP, with approximately 80,000 of them being children.
Through the Department of Health's website, families can apply for services, but Fields says imperfect technology also could account for the drop in numbers.
We believe, based off our research, is that the state is underneath a lot of pressure. They're changing systems, and sometimes tech issues occur more than often.
Fields says the tech issues can cause confusion and hold up lines.
Families are not always able to access the portal and upload their documents, or they may live in an area where internet is not accessible.
Oh no. Tia looked like she had soft feet. You see they showed a
I
picture
saw
of
the
her.
back of her ankles and shit.
You saw her
like, man,
ankles.
I was like, what the fuck is they
They
doing?
won't ashy though, cuz.
Man, I know, but they
She looked like she had
upskirting
soft
it.
feet. She looked like she had her foundation together.
Why is the
you know
cameraman
what I'm
under the table? What's going on, cameraman?
He was attracted to them heels, man.
He doing too much, bro.
He was doing too much.
He doing too much. I be done pulled up on him. Why you under the table looking at my girl feet, man? What's wrong?
I know, right?
Yeah, man.
But but that's crazy though. She said that people don't be having folks don't be having access to internet though. That's kind of crazy to me because I'm thinking everybody got access to the internet. Everybody got a phone. But is there some folks out here without? I mean, besides like senior citizens, you know.
Well, no, but what
Brandy and them might have a flip, but I'm just saying, like, is it some?
She said that the state is updating the system, and they be having some technical difficulties, and everybody can't get onto the portal. So at times, I guess they be down, and everybody just can't get on when they need to. So that's a state problem. That's not a SNAP problem.
Because it's overloaded, because it's so much traffic, so many people trying to get on, everybody went to the last minute to load their stuff up. Oh, I gotta get my money this month.
They told us we gotta resubmit everything and start over.
Something you do every single month, and you wait till the last minute to do it.
Nah, they don't do it every month. They get on there, and then I think like once a year or something they gotta renew or something like that. They don't have to. The money just come. But they don't have to redo that every month. From what I understand, they had made a lot of people go through and renew, and you had to just go back through the whole system again to restart the SNAP benefits. But we seen it coming. You know, they was yelling it from the roof of the church. You know that this was coming with one big beautiful bill, and also with the Medicaid cuts, and they haven't cut yet. The Medicaid cuts don't kick in until the day after the midterms. You know, so that's when they did that on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
What's the Medicaid cuts about? What's going on with that?
They cut the Medicaid budget by billions and billions of dollars, and a lot of people are gonna get kicked off Medicaid and Medicare. They're just not gonna be able to be on it. It's not enough money to fund it at all. You know, and you know, they said, I think Pac said it best, you know, they got money for war but can't feed the poor, you know, and I think we living in those times pretty much, and people need help. You know, food prices, it's high as hell, you know, 7 kids or not. You know, if you shopping at a regular grocery store, then you're gonna pay. You know, you're going to pay, and you're paying a lot more than you did last year and the year before and the year before. And then you got to think about too, a lot of people live in food deserts, and, you know, for the people that don't know what a food desert is, it's pretty much places where there's not a grocery store within 10 miles or something like that. And sometimes those food deserts be in populated areas, and the only place where people really got to shop at is the corner store and the bodegas, and just get this awful food that is no good for your body. It'll feed you.
A chopped cheese ain't good for your body.
not every day.
Chicken not over rice to halal. What you talking about, because man,
you're gonna end up
surviving off that. Throw the fries in there too. Yeah, let me get the fries with that.
They do, and then they get about 40, 50, and they just shit don't be moving right.
It just creep up on them, like,
you know. So, you know, and I mean, then you got your potato chips, all your trans fats, and all that stuff like that. And so, you know, that's
little Deb snap cakes, all the Doritos and hot Fritos and
Boston baked beans, lemon heads,
chili cheese Fritos,
all that stuff.
The Funyuns and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I mean,
tell you, I don't eat it.
I think it's gonna get worse. You know, it's gonna get worse. At this point, before it get better.
I miss it though. I miss it sometimes though. I miss it sometimes, every now and again.
you talking about? What you talking about?
Every now and then, me and wifey will crush a bag of Doritos. Like, all right, we're gonna do this one time. We be like, the ball so hard. Then you know how the ball so hard. The Jigga song, come on, ball so hard. The Kanye. we gonna do this one time and one time only. And
you gotta do it when you're on the road, man.
We just pop a bag of Doritos and go. Ah.
Oh, so hard, bet you can't find me. Yeah, man. Hey, man. So did you check out? I know this off topic. Did you get to check out any of the clips of Jay at Yankee Stadium for 3 days?
Yeah, you know, our friend called us and was just like, man, we could have been there. We could have been at backstage and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I know, but you pump fake and you ain't call me, you ain't show up. You like, we could have went. I already know that. I know you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But why you ain't do it? Why you ain't call me and be like, come on, let's go? You know, if he would have called me and been like, come on, let's go, I would have went.
Yeah, I caught some clips, man. I'm waiting for it to come out. I think it's gonna come out for the full concert. He probably gonna put it out, of course. I'm waiting to see it, man, because they had some great talent. You know what I'm saying? Like three nights, 3 different shows, 3.
I know. I heard he brought a lot of people out too.
A lot of people out. So I mean, I do want to see that concert on the big screen. So yeah. But anyway, that was off topic.
Yeah, it's all good though. I already know. I know you had to give your man some props real quick, especially since I brought his name up. I know you had to do it. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
But moving to our next topic, y'all. Make sure y'all smash that like, please, and thank you. We got the we gonna head down to the In My Crooked Letter, man, and check out this story with Nolan Wells. If you've been under a rock somewhere, he was out with his friends for 4th of July weekend, and they went home, but he didn't make it. So now we got Al Sharpton, we got Ben Crump, we got Tyler Perry, we got Colin Kapp. Everybody's back and still looking for answers. And they just had an autopsy.
Yeah.
Autopsy.
Yeah.
And they just had that, and we're gonna go check out that, man. We're gonna go check out what's going on with Nolan Wells.
Tonight, newly released autopsy results are raising more questions about how Nolan Wells died. An independent exam commissioned by his family's legal team classified the cause and manner of death for the 18-year-old as undetermined pending investigation.
He's saying based on the examination of the body, he cannot rule out foul play. That is significant.
The forensic pathologist wrote there were no fractures, cuts, or bruises on Nolan's
But he can't prove it neither, though.
Right.
body, but noted red discoloration was found on the back of his head and needs more investigation. The autopsy was performed 4 days after his body was found. The pathologist also writing there were missing parts of the neck.
Have you or he asked anyone for access to those things?
Hopefully that the medical examiner will allow him to come and examine.
It was missing parts of his gators in that water.
Gators, propellers from boats.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the propeller, well, yeah, you know what, you're right, because if he went under and then he got hit with the propeller, that could have happened.
Yeah.
That could have happened right there. If at the time that he fell, you know, but they didn't say how. They didn't say what it looked like though.
Right. And if it was the front of the neck or the back of the neck.
Or the back of the neck, they didn't say if it was a bite or if it looked close to a laceration. Because what you talking about, because is a propeller will be a laceration.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? And then if it was a bite, then it'll be a gator or something like that.
Right. And I don't see, and they say part of the neck, the way a body is set up and floating, I don't see how a propeller could hit the front of the neck without like chopping.
Well, it could when you fall in. Nah, I mean, it may not chop your head off. It just depends on how you fall. That's all. You know, but it would be a laceration though. You would be able to determine like if it was if it was a blade, a fan blade, or versus a propeller blade versus
a bite,
you
or a
know?
gunshot, or a knife, or
Yeah, you
whatever.
would be able to determine that, and they would be able to say that. Unless they churching information out, I don't. You know, we gonna get to it. We gonna watch it. Let's shout out to we got folks in the chat though. What's up, Bug? We got lovely ATV in the building.
The Bug, #1 fan.
#1 fan. We know we love you, baby. Then we got Lamb PS1. Shout out to Dr. Mo Lamb in the building. Peace, power, and profit. You know what we on. And you know, thank you for the pride. Nah, thank you for subscribing to the channel. You know, we love you for pulling up each and every time, always rocking out with us, supporting the content right here at DBCHEFTV, how we do it. But let's go ahead and get into this, because we trying to get the answers to the brother Nolan Wells. Like this been a crazy story all through the internet and everything, and we want to know now what happened to the young brother.
The throat, also to talk about observations that they had, and so they could share information.
It is not unusual for a state medical examiner to keep parts for further evaluation. Former medical examiner Dr. Priya Banerjee reviewed the autopsy report.
I think the best thing we can take away is that there's no identifiable trauma.
The Jackson County Sheriff's Office is still investigating what happened after Nolan went to Horn Island in a boat with friends on July 4th. His body was found 2 days later washed ashore there. Today, the family's attorney noted the doctor was unable to examine the airways and lungs for water to determine drowning. In a recent interview, Warren Hudson says he'd been friends with Nolan since they were kids. Hudson said they frequently went boating, and they went to Horn Island with a large group of friends on July 4th.
Everybody's drinking, you know, I mean, it's 4th of July. Everyone's just trying to enjoy themselves.
Okay, Aaron Gilchrist joins us now. Aaron, the big question still remains here, and still no toxicology results?
Tom, the family's legal team is still waiting for the toxicology report from the state, and the medical examiner's office tells us today it will share appropriate information when the investigation is complete.
Yeah, so they're saying they're gonna share the information when the investigation is complete. That's where we cut it at, because they ain't got no answers for us. Shout out to Dr. Molan. Dr. Molan said one thing about those folks: they will stick together with their story.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
You know what though? We ain't gonna do that though. We ain't gonna do that, Dr. Mo. What we gonna do is I got some really good friends of mine from my service in the Coast Guard. I know a lot of coxswains, bosun mates, okay? And I'm gonna call some of my brothers up and I'm gonna holler at them and I'm gonna find out, because what you said, Cole, was significant. You said, you know, maybe it was a laceration from a propeller. You know, I don't know that because I ain't drive boats. I wasn't a coxswain. You know what I'm saying? But I know some brothers that was a coxswain. You know, I know some men that was coxswains. So I could ask them, because they're different things, you know. I mean, like, I have fish body, I have helped recover bodies, you know what I'm saying? But those types of things was above my pay grade. Somebody else was to investigate that, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, you know, I don't know what could have caused a laceration to the neck. You know, they didn't announce it. They didn't say it was a bite. They didn't say it was a cut. They didn't say, you know, they don't have any conclusion right now. Right now it's just ongoing. So
yeah, he was in the water for 2 days, so he probably was softened up a little bit. So
and that's what I'm saying, like with the tide and the current and everything, you know, you could, you know, like there's so many things. So I'm gonna ask some of them brothers that I know that been in those sticky situations what their thoughts are when we come back, because we're gonna keep on until we get the answers to Nolan Wells. We're gonna be here asking the questions,
you know. Yeah, and we're gonna keep asking the questions, because they came back with his phone. You know, they went there with him and left without him and had his phone when they came back. So I mean, you know, it's something going on. One guy's stepmother is a judge. The other guy's father is a cop, you know, so we're going to find out.
Dr. Mo say there's no way if they go every year. There's no way if they go every year, no one has tabs on your homeowners. Not. There's no way if they go every year, no one has tabs on your homeowners. Hold up, not okay. So look, I don't know, Dr. Mo, you typing faster. It's coming out your brain faster than you can type it. But look, but I think I know what you're saying, baby. I think I know what you're talking about, sis. So at the end of the day,
she meant homeboy.
No, I do understand that if you leave, you know, like I got a rule, like if we go somewhere to cut, because you know this, if we go somewhere together, we leave together.
Yeah.
You know, like I done fell out with dudes because of that. You know, like we might have went to the club and then they left with a chick, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't tell us or nothing like that. And then I'm just like, nah, like family, you supposed to let us know. You know what I'm saying? Like where you going or what's going on? Because when we get back to the base, it's other people who seen us leave. So if something happened to you, folks gonna talk. So now our story don't match. You see what I'm saying? So like we need our story to match up. So we gotta keep tabs on each other. You know, we roll together, we lead together. Even if you skate off and go do your thizzle, that's cool. But you need to let your brothers know what's going on, so that way we got you, so we can go to Denny's and cool out and get us a couple of grand slams and wait for you to finish, and you know what I'm saying, and pull back up at the Denny's, and then we slide back to the base. You feel me? So it's like, you know, the protocol, but I understand, like, you know, like the guy said that we was out there, we was drinking, that was his homeboy, and so somebody knows something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody knows something. Somebody seen him go overboard. It ain't like he walked off.
And they try to put it on the girl. The girl came forward and was like, look, we talked for a little bit, then he went on his own way. So, you know, it's a lot to be answered. Ben Crump will get to the bottom of it. If somebody gonna get to the bottom of it, Benjamin Crump is going to get to the bottom.
Benjamin Crump. Ain't no chump.
Ain't no chump, Benjamin Crump. You know.
I tell you, he gonna get to the bag and the info.
That's right.
Quick though. Without a doubt, man. But yeah, man, rest in peace to Nolan Wells, and love and condolences to the family. I know it's difficult losing a loved one, you know, and that was their baby, man. So it's like it's tough, you know, and it's sad to not have answers to the stuff that's going on, you know, like that's the worst feeling, you know. I can't imagine that feeling of not knowing, of not being able to have closure, you know, like they got their baby back and they able to put them to rest and everything, but it's like it's still no closure.
And his mom been strong and solid too, man. I don't know how she holding it together to be able to do the interviews, to go out there and push and advocate and be in front of the cameras and stuff. I don't even know how she do, but she holding herself together pretty well, you know. She want answers and she deserves them.
Absolutely. So yeah, y'all, let's move to our fifth topic tonight, man. It's back to school time, y'all. Back to school. I'm feeling like I want to go back to school like Rodney Dangerfield, you know. And they saying this is the most expensive back to school shopping year ever. Like, because the prices is up so high, everything is up so high. And I believe it. The stock market is at its highest, you know. So why ain't the prices at their highest that they've ever been? It makes sense. But let's go see what they got.
Families are already shopping for those back to school supplies. The bill at checkout, though, is likely going to be more than you remember it to be last year. Spending on back to school shopping is expected to break records this year, topping $43 billion, according to a new survey from the National Retail Federation. Shoppers plan to spend just over $863 on supplies for students in kindergarten through 12th grade That's about $5 more than last year.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you something, because
Yeah.
prices are.
And they said 800. Let's pull that back a little bit. Let's dial that back. Dial that down. When you look at these numbers, any of your babies, you spent that much when they was through K2? Because I know your babies is out of school now and everything. You just had a baby graduate, finish 12th grade. Know what I'm talking about? And you know, like, is these numbers accurate? Was you spending that already? Is these low?
I wasn't spending that per child. I couldn't afford that when they were in school. Not per child, but I would say a cool 1,000 to 1,200 to maybe even 15 for all three, when all three of them was in school, to go back to school.
About
But
15. So you was doing about $500 per baby.
Right, but that
They
included
was
clothes.
all in school and everything.
Right, that included clothes, supplies.
I'm glad you
school,
were my father, man.
school fees.
I'm glad you were my father. My outfits cost 500. I need 500 just before the Christmas get up. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
You wouldn't have went to school like that.
That's
I'm sorry.
crazy.
You know, you wouldn't have
I
had
would
that.
need 500 just on fits.
No, what you need is a job for some fits. That's what you need.
I done need 500s on my get up just before Christmas.
You know, when I don't even splurge like that. So the kids, now they'll get some. They will get shoes. So I mean they'll turn around and be like, "Hey, I want some shoes." And how much the shoes? Back then, like 150 was a lot of money for some shoes. And
man, 150 was out of it was out of order for a pair of kicks.
Yeah.
But I mean, I might take 200, go give me like 3 pair. I needed 200 for like 3 pair.
Right, but see the kids, they
those
need to
would be my 3 pair till I get the Christmas. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then I need probably about 500 on drip. So that way, yeah, I wasn't even caring about no backpack and all that. So
yeah, you sound crazy. Nah, I mean, because and the thing about it, that's how the kids are now. They had that sense of entitlement. Like
I had to be fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like if I wasn't fresh, like, if I wasn't fresh, man, like we gonna spend a stack. Like to me, that's great. To me, I'm just like, I don't know, maybe that's just where I'm at.
And when I was coming up, my mom, I mean, she did back to school for me and everything, but I wasn't even excited about the back to school stuff and clothes and stuff. I was more excited about the clothes that I get during Christmas and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we had to be fresh day one. We had to be fresh. First day of school, if you ain't fresh, you getting joned on for real. Like you getting joked on early. Like you can't.
These kids nowadays, they everything costs. So they want the parents to go out and drop all kind of money on them for back to school, just for the drip alone. But at the end of the day, everybody bank account ain't set up the same way. You know what I'm saying? And then let's go back.
Everybody bank account ain't never been set up. Ain't nobody bank accounts all on synchronized watches.
Yeah, and now and let's go back to the lady with the 7 kids. And dropping $800 per child to go back to school. That ain't happening with her. She don't snap anyway, but that's not happening with her. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they are. Yes,
Look, Dr.
holiday
Mo
clothes
said
are
the
the best.
But I'm just trying to tell you, Jordans, Dunks, yeah, I got to have all that. Look, $250 for 3 pairs. I'm trying to tell you, that's just the kicks.
So that's a good deal.
Get the books. She didn't get the books. Yeah, that's a sweet.
That's a good deal. But now the kids, they get laptops, so you got to pay the laptop fee and all that stuff. So I mean, it's a bunch of stuff. And then don't let them. Man, don't let them play
7 kids. We are at the Salvation Army. That's where I started. You know what though, Dr. Mo? That's where I started at though. That's how I got so bougie with it when I asked Mom for them shell toes. I asked Nana V for them shell toes. She was like, "How much is those?" She was like, You're gonna have to figure out a way to get them yourself. We're gonna get you some shoes, but you ain't gonna get those. So I was like, oh no, I got to have that, you know. But I ended up getting the outfit and everything. I was fresh day one, back at school, 6th grade. Earned that money myself, cutting grass, raking leaves over the summertime, helping granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? Got that bread together. Boy, I was fresh. You want to talk about fresh going back to school, 6th grade? I had the green Adidas sweatsuit with the black fish head, with the fish head, shell toes, with the white stripes. Wait, you couldn't tell me that. Then I had the sweaters too going back. What? Ready for the, you know, because it get a little cool before Christmas, before you get that Christmas pack, you know. So you had to go ahead and plan it out. I had the Britches Great Outdoors. Shout out to my man Brandon, man. Rest in peace. He put me on the Britches Great Outdoors in Columbia, you know. So I had to fly. I was fly, man.
Brandon.
Yeah, remember Brandon used to live next door, Fat Brandon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away, man.
Oh, I didn't know that. I had no clue.
Yeah.
That's why when you say rest in peace, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, rest in peace, Brandon. Yeah. Yeah. The outlets, they that 30% off, it'd be looking good, but they're not set up like they used to be no more. It's, you know, sometimes you go into the outlets and you're still paying those prices. You got to go straight to the clearance rack to get that 30% off at the out. Well, maybe even 60%, but outlets, they ain't set up like that no more. And I'm speaking on what she has said.
For sure.
That's about $5 more than last year.
I think there is definitely an expectation that that prices are going to be higher for certain goods.
And that was Mark Matthews with the National Retail Federation. He says the cost of electronics and shoes are driving those prices up this year. So here is the breakdown of where your money is going. Electronics, about $293. Clothing, $250. Shoes, $174.
Right.
And school supplies, $146. Now, college students can expect to spend even more than that. Shoppers plan to spend an average of $1,400 on all the items that they need for college. That is $111 more than last year.
Yeah, that's crazy though. That's crazy. Let's see what they Dr. Mo going crazy in the chat right now. Let's see what she got. She said I had them selling Seymour smoothies and paparazzi juice. I know that's right. You had them on their grizzly, you know, young entrepreneurs, baby.
Lululemon.
Doing their thing. He said my nephew talking about he wants some Lululemon. I don't even know what that is. That sounds like a drink.
Scammers been going to jail for robbing Lululemon. I've been seeing that. I don't know what's going on with that.
That sounds like a drink right there. That sounds like something you go to the bar and order. Let me get one of them Lululemons. All right, man. I'm going to the discount store. Extra 15. Yeah. Salute. Thank you for your service, Dr. Mo. That's what we do. Trying to get that. We not buying electronics. After a good calculator should last a few years, shouldn't it?
Calculator. Man, the kids ain't buying no damn calculator.
What they use their phone?
They got phones, man.
But I thought you might need a specific calc that do the equations.
You can.
But you can do it on the phone now.
You just gotta know what to do with the phone. So if you do this right, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you a quick demo. So you see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You turn the phone sideways, you get the scientific stuff. Wait a minute.
Nah, they ain't do that. That ain't what you did, Cole. You're gonna have to redo that one. It ain't work out like that. You might have to press a button.
See?
Oh wow. But see, this is why I want you on the computer, because see, you can get a text message and a notification that's gonna distract you in the middle of the class. So nah, you can't have your phone. You need to have a calculator.
I thought you were talking to me like, say what?
Nah, you ain't in class.
Yeah, but you know, now schools, a lot of schools, they give you this bag that you put your phone in the daytime, and you close it and it's magnetic, and you can't open it up. And then when you leave, you got it. Like when you go to the concerts and you got to lock your phone up.
Yeah, RFID bags.
Yeah, so they got those at school now. So
with the silver lining in them. Yeah.
So they may need a $90 scientific calculator, but they also get laptops now, so they'll be able to use their laptops and do whatever they need to do. And they got Chat GPT, so they can do what they want.
Yeah, they can. That's crazy though. But y'all be frugal. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell nobody to be frugal, man. Like I wanted to be fresh. You know, it's a difference when you want to be, when you want to have some new ish on, and you know, because I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I always took my baby sister school shopping every single year. And my mindset was behind it was like, and I didn't take her for her supplies. You know, Nana V got them supplies. My mother got them supplies. But her drip, I made sure, because going to school, I knew that like we supposed to be there for learning, but that's not the case. It's still social. But I knew that, like, because I went through that with, you know, I was going to Salvation Army, and, you know, I would pay less, and, you know, I came up like that, you know, wearing Jeepers and, you know, hand-me-down clothes and stuff like that. So, like, I went through school like that for a period of time. But then, you know, I was like, nah, no, but like, I can't, you know, I want to be fresh, you know? And I knew with her, I knew that that was a thing culturally. We do that as Black people. We don't go to school to learn. You go to school and it's a fashion show, or it's your style. I don't know
Social
if it's,
club.
yeah, like it's social. Like I don't know if it's like that now, because I be seeing kids in pajamas and stuff going to school, right? But
Yeah, bonnets,
right,
pajamas.
but I knew that in our era, that's what was happening. So I wanted her to be fresh because I wanted her to focus on her studies and not have to feel insecure about how she looked, about how she presented herself when she got to school, you know. So I taught her how to dress, you know what I'm saying? And took her shopping, you know, and was just like, hey, it ain't always about how much money you spend, it's how you style stuff and put it together, you know? So you could be fly on a budget, you know, you can look like you spent a lot of money for something and you ain't even spend a whole lot of money on it, just how you put it together. Because the average person don't know, they just looking. They see it and they think like, oh, that's expensive, but they're not gonna do the due diligence to add you up. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I think they're different now. I think like if you do got the drip is a bonus. I think now if you don't got the drip, they're not really picking on you as bad, because the kids, like you said, they go in pajamas. You know, they wearing Hey Dudes and Crocs and stuff like that. You know, so you know they
But you right though, family. But you know why? Because it's one extreme to the next. So it's either that, the Hey Dudes and the Crocs, or it's Giuseppe's and Dior, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the middle, it's like you an old head if you wearing polo. You know, like
Well,
only
there is a middle.
like only old heads wear
Like
polo. Like,
your dunks are the middle. You know what I'm saying? Your
well,
dunk.
everybody rocking dunks though. You
Right.
know, you can go get the
That's
dunks for you, the baby,
right, and
the wife,
that's cool.
everybody.
But you know, when you start talking about Dior and Dolce and Gabbana and all that stuff like that, like that's whole next level. And I think a lot of the teenagers is wearing that shit. You know, they probably doing some crazy things to get some money if their
To get
parents
that
ain't
paper
on.
together to do it
Yeah,
right.
you know what I mean. So nah, but shout
Yeah.
out to all the kids getting ready for back to school. You know, we pray that y'all have a wonderful, fruitful year, and you know, make it on to the next year and keep growing and succeeding, and give back to your parents some of that money that they spending on back to school.
Spoken like a real parent. Give back
Right,
something after you
right.
make something.
You know, and I hope the lady with the 7 babies, she have a NFL player in there somewhere, a lawyer or something, and you know,
An astronaut,
an astronaut. I
a
hope
astrophysicist,
right,
something. One of them babies make it.
a condom designer, something, you
A
know, just to make
condom
sure.
designer, you petty.
just to, just
Too
you
late for
know,
mama to use that.
yeah, right, right,
Yeah,
right.
she don't rock with that. But yeah, y'all. So now we're gonna head down to Nevada, you know, the state where dreams come true, the city in the desert,
City of Sin.
the Sin City, where a man goes on a random neighborhood shooting spree. This is super wild, cuz like this is dumb. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring this up real quick.
Gunman opening fire, unleashing multiple rounds in this North Las Vegas neighborhood, randomly firing as he appears to roam the streets. Doorbell cameras capture the shirtless man with what police say is an AR-15. Look as he walks down the street Sunday pointing his gun, even knocking at a front door. He crouches down on this porch to take aim. Ryan Adams films the shooting from a window before the gunman starts firing in his direction.
What the? Oh.
Fuck, you thought it was gonna happen.
Get out!
Adams warns his family to take cover.
We were armed and just sitting tight, you know. Holding.
All right, big cuz, what you doing, family?
I think we're gonna meet fire with fire.
You gonna meet fire with fire? When he knocked on your door, what you doing? When he knocked on your door, though, are you popping through the door?
I'm buying a new door. I'm gonna have to buy a new door.
You popping through the door?
Yeah, because if he show up at my house like that and he already out there shooting, yes. You know, the law is you're supposed to retreat, if possible. But I'm sorry.
Break the law. Break the law. You going 3-6 mafia on them? You
So,
breaking the law?
so if you're watching the Ring camera, you see this dude doing that, or you're looking out your window like this shot right here that we're looking at, and you see this guy is on a rampage, firing indiscriminately.
No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. I ain't doing nothing. He out there in the middle of the street. This one right here. This one right here, though.
We have a problem.
This one right here. This one right here, though.
We got a whole problem right there because at that point you don't know. So it starts off as a knock. You don't know if he's going to kick the door in and come in. You don't know if he's about to fire through the door. You don't know what's going on. I like them plants on the porch like that too. But anyway, you don't know what's going on. So, yeah, I mean, I would have to. He would have to be neutralized. I'm sorry.
You see him on the camera, so you can see him on the camera right there. He's crouching down by the door.
Right. Could have took him out right there.
Man.
Absolutely.
Man.
I mean, because he's clearly on something.
What, you know, like I'm with you, big cuz I just don't know if that's, you know, if now I'm gonna have to go to court and be involved in some BS. You know what I'm saying? Like because it's like, okay, because like you said you can retreat. You know, like he isn't coming inside the house. You know, he is shooting, but are you really, you know, like they got these laws now, it's like, are you really
in danger?
In danger, yeah. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
if he really a threat to you, he's not shooting into the door, he's shooting away.
But he's shooting indiscriminately. He's just out there shooting.
Right,
he's
but
just out in the neighborhood
on
shooting.
your door, but he ain't shooting in your house.
And see, and here's how you beat that right there. I think, you know, if you got an old lady, you know, once you done fired off through the door, you need to tell her go upstairs, get in the shower, and you know, because at the end of the day, if she's in the shower, you're downstairs, you got a right to make sure that you stay in between her and the gunman.
Yeah, I mean the babies, everybody going upstairs, going topside, getting the tub. That's light. I mean, even if you got a tub downstairs, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, everybody getting in the tub, but I'm just saying, but like we talking about shooting through the door right now. That's the theoretical we talking about. We talking about he got his back to the door now, and it's easy to go ahead and put him down because he's resting. You know, he's using the door as his back to be able to fire off, but he's not firing into the house. He just rung the doorbell. And
it's a touchy one, you know. I mean, I think that I would probably end up on trial, needing a new door, you know, for something. I believe that once they look at that Ring camera, like what we just seen just now, you know, you'll be clear to any fucking wrongdoing. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, the guy on the other side of the door didn't have.
Would you be cleared of any wrongdoing though?
I believe
that's what make the situation sticky.
See, because
would you be cleared of any wrongdoing?
If he just showed up at your door with the gun and he hadn't been firing it, then yeah, you might catch that you know what I'm saying. But with him,
But you
all
could
this
have
footage
feared
of,
for your life. You could have said, "I feared for my life," though. Like,
yeah,
what
yeah,
somebody doing showing up at a gun? They ain't the law, because the police don't show up like that. They knock and at least ask you to
right,
open the door first,
right,
and want to have a conversation with you.
right. So, but I believe with all the firing, shooting coming down the street, and all that shooting in the neighborhood like that, and then you come to my door. Oh, I'm about to get on what you on.
You about to get on with that. You're gonna meet
Yeah,
energy with energy.
I'm gonna meet energy with energy. Yes,
I can dig that though. Dr. Mo said, "Wait a minute, we in Nevada, yeah. I'm headed. You headed to Vegas right now. I don't know if this went down in Vegas or not though. But let me know, Dr. Mo. What would you do? Would you pop off? Would you shoot through the door, vet? Let me know what you would do, because I don't know. I don't know.
yeah.
I know some people that's probably gonna be like, "Oh yeah, let me go ahead and get him out, get him,
And the
help
police,
law enforcement go ahead and handle this so they can just come up and pick up
they're
the
not, and
vibe."
they ain't getting there fast enough. I mean, they can't be everywhere at one time. But when you got a maniac, because guess what's gonna happen when law enforcement get there?
But he might. But I'm
When
saying,
law enforcement get there,
I
they're
agree
gonna
with
kill
you.
them.
This is maniacal, all right.
Right.
But maybe he's having a mental health breakdown.
It's gonna be broken all the way down that day. Because you just can't. You just can't do. You can't be doing that, man. You can't.
Dr. Mo said, I would think I'm in Iraq. I know
That's
that's
right.
right.
Flashback. And that's definitely getting off. See, I don't have that privilege.
PTSD.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
You
I
know
don't
what I'm
have that
saying?
privilege,
Yeah,
But
I got
definitely,
that. I would, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say that would probably be my excuse too. That would probably be my logic.
man, I would want my truth
ain't
to
gonna
be. I would want to. Hey, I fear
I
for
ain't
my
gonna
life.
lie.
This dude knocked on my door with an AR, and he been walking through the neighborhood just shooting indiscriminately.
Say when the law asks me, I say it was a flashback. I know that's right.
That's right. That's right.
For real.
Just sitting tight, hoping that he didn't come in. And fortunately for us, that he didn't. Couple on the
Later showing our Las Vegas station KSNV, where several bullets pierced his home.
So he already shot the house up
right here on the side.
Yeah, he already hit the house.
Yeah, he shot the house. Yeah, so yeah, definitely shooting through the door. Definitely
shooting through
the door.
Yeah,
you done shot into my house, bro. You know what I'm saying? He talking about something. We hunkered down and just hoped that he would go away.
I always say hope is not a good strategy, but
nah, man.
I don't know. It worked out for him this time.
We hunkered down. Come on, man. Nah.
And then it actually buried in the wall.
Police arrived with guns drawn. The suspect on the ground before taking off running. Police say the suspect resisted their attempt to take him into custody, and once apprehended, he became unresponsive, adding they believe he was impaired. The gunman was later declared dead at a hospital. A chilling end, sending terror through this quiet neighborhood. Dana Griffin, NBC News.
Yeah, that's wild, family. Dr. Mo, I don't know why these folks can't just live. The hate be unreal sometimes. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and if you a drug user, man, just leave it. Don't have guns. Just stay away from the guns.
It's a pandemic going on. I don't know what's going on. Think he was ready? Yeah, that's his actions. His actions was like he was ready to transition. He wanted the suicide by cop. I don't know. He wanted to. I don't know that. That's wild. I don't know why you just go shooting out at your community. Unless something was just really horribly wrong.
And that's why he knocked on that door. He wanted somebody to. He shot the house up and then knocked on the door. Where they do that at? You shoot the house up and then you knock on the door. Nah.
That just lead me to believe that's why I say it was mental health. He was going through something.
They say he was impaired. So he probably was on some fatty or something.
But the impaired don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Impaired mean, see, I'm going to tell you something, because one thing about PTSD medication, it be side effects. You know what I'm saying? Where you might you might spaz. Like it tells you that you might spaz out. Like it's one of the things when you get medication, they got a little paper. You get a whole one sheet. They got everything on it. You know what I'm saying? It tells you that the side effects of it, you might spaz out. You know, like that's wild. It's supposed to keep you cool, but you might lose your cool. You know, like that's crazy to me that the medication do that. You know, but
Right. So like, I mean, all medication like that. You take one for, you know, a runny nose, but the medication give you a runny ass. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So crazy.
Yeah,
how-
that's super. You wiping something else. Yeah, you go from wiping one thing to the next.
to the next. Right.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Pick your pill.
Man, y'all smash that like button. Y'all smash that like button. And man, let us know what y'all think about this crazy dude shooting up the whole community. You know, like only reason why we ain't give him too many mimosas is just because it could be we don't have any. They didn't give enough evidence. They didn't give enough of the backstory. We don't know if he was a vet. You know, he passed away. We're gonna say rest in peace to him and condolences because he didn't shoot anybody. You know, and we don't know if it really was a mental health thing, if it was PTSD, if it was, you know, something, or if he was just a crazy. You know, so since we don't know those details, you know, we just want to say thank you, whoever you believe in and pray to, that nobody was hurt, no human life, you know, got harmed, and his family still lost him, you know, because before that, he might not have been a POS. You know what I'm saying? Like, through this situation, we looking at him like, man, you was a POS, just shooting, running through neighborhoods, shooting up random. But we don't know what sparked that, what triggered that, you know? And he passed away. He might have been a good guy, and he just had a bad day.
You got that HOA bill.
You know, like who knows what happened to HOA? But see, I was just telling your brother last night about how we got a cheap HOA and people should value that. And I was just like, in comparison to your HOA, which is a whole situation every single month, you know what I'm saying? Like, and how people mindset be like, you know, oh, it's only this amount, what they gonna do? Instead of valuing like, nah, don't follow the rule. Be able to follow the rules when it's cheap. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait till that thing feel like you got a whole another mortgage to now want to follow.
Man, they would take your house.
They'd
take your whole house from you.
Real talk, like, you know, like, yeah, like that's crazy. But yeah, but that's that. And let's see what we got in the chat right here. Dr. Mo going crazy in the chat right now. Heck, he thought he was in Afghanistan. He thought he was somewhere. You know, he wasn't at the crib, that's for sure. Somebody messing with his side piece. That's foul. He don't know who it is. You know, she might be online. He just out here just shooting up anybody.
The whole neighborhood.
You know what I'm saying? That's going crazy. But yeah, but like that's super wild, man. We're gonna go ahead and get into too many mimosas tonight, y'all. You already know this segment of the show is where we get into you know, just people doing stuff where somebody should have cut them off. That, you know, like why they even doing that? And y'all gonna be surprised who we got in here tonight. We got some fun stuff. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Presented to you by DBCHEFTV. So first we got a Florida couple skips out on a $300 diner tab. You guys step away for a minute, family?
No, I'm just stepping to the side. I gotta grab something right quick.
Okay.
I gotta grab a mimosa.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Diane and her son Anthony own the restaurant called At the Diner.
How's everything, guys? Good? Awesome, man. Enjoy.
Last Sunday at the Universal Boulevard location, A table of 7 was in for brunch.
He's now eating food from somebody else's plate. I guess that's how much he enjoyed the food.
We can see the man and the kids all walk out. A minute or so later, the woman follows suit.
But again, they never asked for the check.
They never asked for the check. They never got the check. The server was making drinks for another table.
But employees realized, wait, these people left a phone number at the hostess stand when they were waiting for a table.
We immediately start texting and calling.
Dummy.
Ignore, until finally I said to them, I'm reporting it to the police and we're going to post this. Then we got a reaction, but the reaction was like gloating, like, I don't care, you'll just make me more famous.
And on Tuesday, the owners called the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office report includes a breakdown of everything they ordered when they sat down at one of these tables. 3 2-eggs combos, 1 loaded grits, 1 Dubai chocolate stuffed waffle, and the list goes on and on.
I must say, Dubai stuffed chocolate waffles with the pistachios, you know, it's something I like. You know?
I like Dubai chocolate. I actually found some really good quality pistachios, so I was gonna try to make my own. But yeah,
you know,
you had that before?
And no, I haven't. You know,
okay,
so like I'm digging their menu, but I've had croissants with Dubai chocolate and pistachios. So I can only imagine how the waffle is, especially adding some maple syrup to it. It's just like like I'm getting a cavity right now, and you know, a mouthgasm thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't even know what that is.
Yeah, Dubai chocolate. I mean, that's it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. I wouldn't mind.
No, that's deliciousness. That is that is.
I want to try the croissant. I want to try the croissant, like you said, the chocolate and the.
Y'all got Publix, right? Go to the Pueblo.
Yeah, we got.
Publix got them in the deli. They got
one a couple miles from here.
Yeah, we got one getting built. I can't wait till they open too. But we got go to the Pueblo, and in the bakery they have, and this is not an advertisement for Publix, y'all. They just, you know, Publix be on hit. Y'all know y'all like the subs, y'all like the chicken tenders. That was my first real job, because Publix in the A on Cacay, shout. You know what I'm saying? Down the road from the beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where that was my first real job. Like when I first put in the application and got a real job, you know what I'm saying? Like other than that, you know. But and they ain't had this. They ain't had a whatchamacallit, they ain't had a pistachio Dubai chocolate croissants then. You know what I'm saying? They ain't had that then. They ain't had that then, but they got them now. You know, so it's delightful. You know, when we was doing Nana V birthday celebration, I had to go pick up the cake because I like to get cakes made at Publix. I got a little Publix make basic cakes, right? But they got different things that you could select. So I got a little remedy. Oh, did you have some of your brother's birthday cake?
Bruh, I want to say, man, Sabrina make the best cake that I ever had.
Okay, so yes. So for that, Lil Cuz got the cake game on Smash like Aunt Martha.
On Smash.
On Smash, don't she, man?
On Smash. I had Glenn call me. He said, hey man, he left here. He said, hey man, I know it's a real request, man, but if I got some more of that cake, can you slice me a slice off? I ride by and pick it up.
Man, I ain't even called Brenda. Matter of fact, I'm gonna text her when we get off the live, because see, one of the things I know, she fly with the design. She can make you a Gucci bag, a Spider-Man, you know, a caravan, you know, Taliban.
She decorated that cake here.
Yeah, I seen her. I walked in when I walked in the kitchen. I seen she was putting it together. I was like, said, oh yeah, cuz the real deal. But I already knew she was the real deal because I follow on Instagram.
Yeah, I see her Instagram cake.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I never tasted one before. It was,
but I never tasted one before.
Man. It ain't just pretty. It tastes like it looks.
Yeah.
Know.
And see, and that's the difference. Sometimes folks can make a cake look good, but they can't make it taste good too. So you just getting a look, but the cake ain't really that. Her cake, man, it was the triple layer. I sliced that thing because that was the cake for your grandbaby. I taste that cake, man. I was just like, because soon when she was leaving, she was like, "Cuz, you better go in there and get some of that cake. Let me know what it's hitting for." I was like, "Man, you know I'm going in there and get the slice." And I went in there because let me tell you something. I ain't eating nothing else but Cuz cake.
I know. I seen. I peeped.
You peeped? I ain't eating nothing else but
Cuz ain't eat nothing the whole time he was here.
Yeah, but I got that triple slice, man. Put that thing on the plate. I was like, "Ooh wee."
Man, it was some kind of
I was
delicious.
like,
See,
man,
I didn't get none.
I
Didn't get none until the next day, and I was like, "What?" You know, I couldn't believe it. It was delicious, man. It was delicious. I'm definitely hiring her for my wedding cake.
Man,
You know
what?
I'm saying? Yes,
Please do.
yes.
Yeah. But did you eat some of your brother cake?
No.
Okay. All right, then. Don't even worry about it. But that's that recipe because your mom be asking me for that combination because I got a little combination that I get from Publix. That's the specific. You had our wedding cake, right?
Yes.
It's that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that.
So you make the cake?
I didn't make I just told you, fool.
Oh, you got it from Publix. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's but they offer certain things, but I got a way that I put it together.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I don't want no other cake but Sabrina cake, bro.
I know though.
Right.
Sabrina got that bomb ass cake though. I can't even lie, man. I can't even lie, cuz like that. I was really, I won't impress. I was delighted. You know what I'm saying? I was delighted. I was just like, man, like this is right. And it was nostalgic because we grew up going to Aunt Martha's house. And Aunt Martha,
she always had the cakes.
She always had the cake. So it's like, damn, we got somebody reincarnated back with the cake.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she did her thing.
She got it for real, man. You know what? Let's check out the chat, man. We got the chat late. We got some folks in here. What's up, Reese, baby? 7553. What up, fam?
What up, Reese?
Peace to the God. Peace, God.
Cool, Sean. What up, peace?
14 Dub 6, man, in the building. Reese said, "Cuz make all my cake." I know that's right, man.
Yeah.
For real.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Bree got that thing on lock, man. We gonna get an advertisement so we can start putting her thing out here too, man.
Yeah, got
real.
In the end, with gratuity included, the total cost came to $298.47. But get this, shortly after our interview wrapped up,
Maria, how are you?
Anthony told us the man and woman called to pay over the phone.
Yes, I paid the bill, yes.
And we were able to get a hold of this man who insisted he wanted to do a Zoom and publicly apologize for bailing on the check. I'll send you right now. Okay, bye. Still waiting. But he ended up bailing on us.
They bailed out on the bill. So let me ask you this, because have you ever rolled out on a tab before?
No.
Never, not even in your youth.
I never dined in Dash before.
Never.
Never. In my youth, I might have hit the gas pump once or twice, man. But,
So look,
I never.
so I'm gonna say this: you lame like that, but I'm gonna just, but you're responsible like that. I gotta do both. I got both sides of the coin because, man, what? I remember,
I don't like it.
We used to always dine and dash like that. Was it.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't dine in Dash. Never dine in Dash. But and especially at the age I'm at now. So I mean, where I live at, we got these
never as an adult.
We got these crab boil
an
places
adult.
all over the place. And every at least twice a month, you look on social media for my area, and it's always someone dining and dashing from the crab boil place. And I think that is the most lamest shit ever.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
and
think it is when you grown,
right. And then
I think it is when you grown.
And then, I used to get mad when I look at it and it'd be our people and then you have the other people saying the usual suspects, and I would get so pissed off. You know what I'm saying? And now when I see it, I be like, the usual damn suspects, man, doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have the money to eat the crabs, go eat somewhere else. Go do something. Stop the dine and dash. Because one thing about these places, everybody got surveillance in their stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they will make your ass famous locally in a way that you don't want to be famous. You know what I'm saying? So I say just don't do it. It's super lame, especially if you one of them people that like to post what you do, and I do this and I do that. I got this going on. I got that going on, but you ain't paying your food bill. You get what I'm saying? So
But hold up though, big cuz I thought it was lame to pay the bill. Ain't you supposed to steal that ish, spend that ish,
no,
scam that ish, do that ish, boost that ish? I thought that ain't that the joke?
No,
My
my
scamming
boosting.
ass, 9 ninjas ass.
I hate that
right?
song, bro.
Still that
You know,
ish.
yeah.
It's
That's
lame when you want to pay the bill, right?
Man, that to me, that's the most ratchet, most
Your face
wretched.
say
Yeah, you know what I'm
ratchet
saying?
and wretched.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Where all my scamming ass niggas at? Still that shit, still that shit, still that shit. Like, why are you feeding that to the culture? You get what I'm saying? And making that a regular thing. You know what I'm saying? I say this to the businesses. Everybody dine and dash on your ass, keep posting them. Put them online and just keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna have to do. And I'm not all for calling the police on people, prosecute these people, man. You know what I'm saying? For
The
real,
police got to get called first before the prosecution happens.
Yeah, do all that.
Do all
that.
that.
Do all that. You know what I'm saying? Dining and dashing and and then the arrogance of it to say, you just gonna make me more famous.
You just gonna I know
What?
he was popping ish when
What
he
kind of
said
clown,
that.
and you should have known, bro. You like 300 pounds in there with a wife beater on. They had their eyes on you. For real, they need to get the waiter staff a little bit more coaching. You know what I'm saying?
He did order the Dubai chocolate pistachio waffle joint though. So he did.
Right. He left with a 3. Hey, they was hungry. They was hungry that day.
They did have the shrimp and grits and everything too. They just was in there like, oh yeah, we gonna get this. We gonna get this.
So
kids, what y'all want?
So he did pay. He did pay, but
order whatever y'all want, kids, because we gonna pay, but we gonna pay when we get paid. We just not gonna pay today.
Right. And we just gonna risk it all. We might get picked up a couple days for payday.
Crazy.
And nobody's gonna eat for a couple days. Yo, this is it's just crazy. Nah, don't dine and dash, man. And I think he had too many mimosas, man.
You think he had too many mimosas?
And you know what? It was a breakfast spot.
You think he had
it was a brunch spot, so he probably did have real mimosas. This is
they
one
said they was ordering them back. They told the waiter, keep them coming. Keep these coming. They was like, right here, keep them coming. And for that family, not for the babies, because they innocent in this.
They don't know.
Yeah. But for the adults, we want to say to y'all, they've had way too much to drink. Cut them off. Yeah, we're gonna get them a special too many mimosas. Yeah. And then we're gonna move to our second too many mimosas tonight, y'all. We got Andrew and Tristan Tate accused for sex crimes.
About time.
The request to extradite the Tate brothers unsealed, the Trump administration unmoved.
Is President Trump or the administration, do they have any plans to intervene in the extradition process for the Tate brothers?
No, we've already answered that question.
That terse response from the White House spokesperson, the president nor his administration will move to stop the extradition of Andrew and Tristan Tate to the UK.
Andrew and Tristan are innocent.
Their attorney had name-checked both the president and Secretary of State Rubio this week, suggesting they could step in and spare the brothers, who broadcast their MAGA support to their millions of followers. Both were arrested last weekend in Miami by U.S. Marshals, both who built a social media brand as hyper-masculine bad boys with self-described contempt for women. These newly released
because you gotta bring me up to speed. The hyper masculine with the whatever for women. Who is these dudes, man? Because like I'm just not hip.
They
I knew it was a story. It was trending. It kept hitting my feed, so I'm like, we gotta talk about it tonight. But I do not know who this dude is. You know, this
they the
Andrew
brothers.
Tate dude.
They brothers.
Yeah, I don't know who they are. I don't know. I'm not hip to who they are. Like, what's going on with these folks?
Yeah, so the Tate brothers, man, they like very misogynistic. They like they look at women as objects, you know, more than people. But they also travel the globe. They some jet setters, and they are wanted in several countries for minor SA. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And SA trafficking. You know what
So
I'm saying?
they some Epstein type dudes.
Yeah, they part of it. They were the class right before the Epstein, right after.
Allegedly, that's what they saying.
Allegedly, that's what they saying. So what the reporter was asking was like, hey, you know, I mean, these people, you know, they rock with y'all. You know, they MAGA, they diehard MAGA. And they rock with y'all, and they got a whole lot of voters for you and all that stuff like that. So what they asking is, are y'all gonna interfere and stop this from happening so they don't have to get extradited back to the UK to face their charges? And pretty much they're saying, nah, they're not gonna stop that. So yeah, it's been going on for years and years and years, and they've been saying that these guys need to be dealt with and taken care of. So in order for them to get arrested and extradited, the United States played a part in that because, they can't just come on other countries. UK can't just come over here and arrest somebody. So, the government said enough is enough with that, so hopefully they keep that same momentum. And
let's see what they got going on. Let's see what they talking about they did. They done did.
Court documents detail why the UK has asked to send them back to face justice. Newly alleged crimes against women they called cam girls involved in their webcam business. One describing Andrew Tate putting her in a chokehold repeatedly while raping her.
Dang.
Another detailing Tristan Tate repeatedly choking, beating, and raping her. 38 new charges, a total of 59 in the UK, involving 7 women from 2010 to 2017. The documents also reveal British prosecutors knew the Tates would be in Miami last weekend, and there they were. Andrew Tate Broadcasting plans to co-host a boxing event here. Prosecutors.
We need to go to Miami, pause real quick, though. It's just looking real sexy out there, minus the Andrew Tate-ness.
Alerted the U.S. and formally requested their arrest for extradition right there. And their attorneys are fighting the extradition, and they asked to have the brothers get out on bail during that process. Prosecutors consider them a flight risk, so they're fighting that. It all comes back here to federal court for the next hearing on Monday.
Yeah, they can't let them out.
They can't let them out.
They can't let them out on bail because they're gonna run and they're gonna go to a country where the extradition to be damn near impossible. And that's what they've been doing because they want it in other countries right now, and they just haven't. The other countries haven't been able to get their hands on them. So UK, they filed paperwork with the United States like, hey, we need these guys. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Yeah, right. And I think that's I don't even think I don't even want to waste the mimosa on them pieces of you know what.
You don't want to waste it on them. They deserve it, right?
Nah.
You think they deserve it? They don't
Nah,
think you don't
nah.
think they had too much to drink.
Nah, because they don't need no more mimosas. When they get mimosas, they beat up
That's why I
women.
say cut them off. That's why I say cut
Cut
them
them
off.
off, cut them off.
Cut them
Come
off,
on,
man.
Cut
So
them off.
for Andrew and his butter, Tristan, out here essaying and choking and all the other joking that they got going on, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? If it's any truth to it, Man,
Their cockiness is their worst enemy.
they need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But for today, we gonna give them our prosecution.
They've had way too much to drink. Cut them off.
Yeah, you know, and we gonna double that up. We're gonna double it up.
They've had way too much to drink. Cut them off.
That's
yeah,
right.
2 times. One for Andrew and Tristan.
One for Tristan.
Definitely, man. For real, man. Like they just looking bad out here. You know, if that's what toxic masculinity is, yeah, that's a bad look, man. Or whatever they had going on.
They some clowns, bro. They got money, but they clowns. You know what I'm saying? They clowns with money.
They look like it to me. Like I never really peeped, you know, what they had going on, you know. But just looking at, just watching the clip and seeing, you know, looking how they carrying themselves and everything. I don't know. I'm just looking at it like, I don't know what that is. You know, we don't be on that. So it's wild, but yeah, that's them, man. So tonight, y'all, we had New York City Mayor Mamdani crashes out on Netanyahu and then gets his pee-pee slapped by Trump. But he might be, you know, it might be Mamdani 2028. So y'all gotta
Hey, what you mean? You keep on, you said that the first time. What you mean when you keep saying he got his pee-pee slap? What the what is that, man?
You never heard that?
No, man, he got his pee-pee slap. What the hell?
that's when you think that's when you get too big for your britches and you think
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Slap it. Would you slap it back?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You think you're gonna be king ding-a-ling, you know what I'm saying? And then somebody be like, nah, that ain't what's, you know.
Oh my God.
It's another one in the building, you know what I'm talking about? Like, and you know, you ain't in charge for real. Like you can't make that call, you know.
Well,
so it's a military thing, you know.
Okay, I'm with Mamdani.
It's not common amongst the civilian sector.
Oh,
but
y'all slapping pee-pees in the military.
you know.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, you know, somebody might get to, you know, somebody might think they in charge and not really realize that it's a chain of command and it's a structure, you know. Right. And that's what happened.
Like put it away. Put it away.
Yeah, like put it away. Exactly.
I just needed some clarification.
Yeah. That sounds like something my man Ryan. His name is Ryan, but we call him Ryan.
Ryan, that's like your crimin. How you say crimin?
Yeah, Ryan would say, put it away.
Put it away.
Put that away before you get it slapped.
Oh.
Oh man.
Okay.
Shout out to my brother Ryan, man. My brother Ryan. But yeah, y'all. And number 2, we had honoring the 4 U.S. soldiers killed. Love and condolences to their family, and prayers to all of the troops that are right now on the front lines, you know, sacrificing their time and their lives, you know, to keep us safe and, you know, and to be able to, you know, have this America that we live in, you know, for what it's worth. So hope, you know, we wish everybody a return home. And once again, love and condolences to them. And thank you for your service. Then we had third, families losing SNAP benefits amid rising food prices. What you think about that, cuz? You know, what you think about that? The families losing the SNAP benefits.
I didn't like it when it was announced. Just because I know that you know, one day of war covers the whole year of SNAP benefits. So I just don't agree with it. I think it should have stayed in place. I think the system could have been fixed. Along with the healthcare system, is room to fix things, but a total gut and kicking people off just like that, I just don't think it's right.
Yeah, I don't think it's right, especially when they was talking about the young lady with the 7 babies, and her income hasn't increased, but the stipulations have become so arduous that she doesn't qualify no more. You know, so anytime we got a baby in what's the richest country in the world, baby should not be starving. Mother should not be worried about eating. You know, we ain't gonna get into her choices and all that. You know, we just want to get the babies fed.
Right.
And we should be focused on that, you know, when we can. So you know, y'all let us know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. You know, like it's crazy because everybody knows somebody on Snap. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like, oh, we above Snap. I might be, my situation different. I can't qualify for it.
In my early days with the kids and whatnot, I had Snap. You know,
Okay.
and I didn't stay on it. I mean, I stayed on it long enough to get myself together and everything like that. But when I needed it, I needed it. And I wasn't one of the people to take advantage of it. Now, you know, you do have people that abuse the system. Like I said, it can be fixed. There's some things that need to be worked on, but I don't think that for the people that really need it, they should have to suffer for you know, for the ones that take advantage of the system. I think you just need to have stiffer penalties for the people that take advantage of the system.
There you go. Because Cold Season says so. Moving on to number 4. Nolan Wells autopsy update, y'all. We see the family is still looking for answers. We gonna have it. You know, I don't know if we gonna have the answers, but we gonna keep our nose in their business. We gonna be nosy and try to, you know, see what's going on with Nolan Wells. So make sure y'all pull back up next Friday, 9 p.m. East Coast time. You know, we're gonna be trying to, you know, we're gonna have something on Nolan Wells. We're gonna watch it through the week and see how it develops, and we're gonna come back and talk about it because we want answers too. We want to know what happened to the young brother. 5th, we had the most expensive back to school shopping spree year ever. It's underway right now. Babies getting ready. Parents are getting ready to put these babies back in the classrooms, and you know, it's things babies want. It's things parents want, you know, and everybody got to spend money to get it. So, you know, y'all just try to be frugal as possible, you know, try to be, you know, spend conscious and, you know, but it's definitely expensive though. Then we got 6, Nevada man goes on a random neighborhood shooting spree. That's a crazy story. Cold Seasons, he said he would have popped through the door. You know, I don't know if I disagree with that. You know, that sounds more like an agreement if you don't know if you disagree with it, right?
Yeah. You know, I know if you were sitting in my living room and that happened, you'd probably be like, "Hey, what you waiting for?" You know, you'd probably be like, you know,
don't that man. You don't know what I would be thinking. That might
Well,
have been the old me.
I've known you all my life, cuz.
That might have been the old me. You know, the old me might have already been shooting through the door, like, cuz this is what we gonna tell them when they get here.
Man, hey,
You
look,
know
with all that footage, all you gotta do is tell them the truth. That's it.
You know.
That's all you gotta do is tell them the truth.
But yeah, family. But you know, that's wild. Y'all let us know what y'all would do if somebody was shooting in your in your community, in your neighborhood, and you know, and they shot up and they were shooting at your house, and then you seen them on your front porch, you know, back to the door where you gotta, you know,
Ring your doorbell.
clean line of sight.
With
You
your
know?
kids in the house and your dog and your wife
Yeah,
and husband,
you know,
whoever.
and you can
You
go
know,
ahead.
so
You can go ahead and rid the community of whatever's going on, of the nuisance.
Right.
You know, you know, it's wild
yeah,
like that.
he definitely would have been kissing my doormat. No bull.
For real.
Yes, absolutely.
For real. But yeah, but that's all the topics we have for y'all tonight, y'all. Please smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel. So when we go live, you never miss an episode of Brunch with the Fellas. And man, we want everybody to have a peaceful, positive, and productive rest of your weekend. It's Friday. It's back to school. You know, we talked about this back to school. So this really like the last week that everybody get to really hang out and chill out, unless they go back after what's the thing in August? Memorial Day? No, that's May. Labor Day.
Labor Day.
But babies don't go back to school after Labor Day. That's like September.
Man, I don't know. It depends, man. It depends on where you at, honestly.
Okay, so it's all different. It's all different. Okay. Well, that's all we got, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. Let us know what's going on. You know what, y'all? We gotta salute everybody that was in the chat real quick, though. Shout out to everybody in the chat that pulled up to rock with us tonight. Lovely ATV, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got shout out Big Bug in the building. Don't forget Dr. Mo Lamb. Woo woo. Shout out Dr. Mo. We appreciate you pulling up. Who else we got in here?
Got Kushan Jones.
We got Kushan Jones in here. Peace to the God. We appreciate you for pulling up, God. And Reese Boo, 7553. You know, we love y'all. We thank all y'all for pulling up tonight, hanging out with us. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Let us know in the comments or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, we'll see y'all next time right here. Friday nights, 9 p.m. East Coast time. Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV.
And I'm Cold Seasons. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like.
Definitely smash that like button. Until next time. Peace, big cuz.
Peace.
BKSoulFarm.com, 1016, 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right?
TLS Podcast, The Love Speak, Bo's Podcast, Bo's on the Table, The Cigar Sundays Live, TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle.
Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at DBCHEFTV.com.